Okay, welcome back. Now we have a functional inventory, and one of the things we want to prevent is swapping weapons when we're reloading. Now here's the reason we need to do that. I'm going to open a full screen viewport, and I have a default weapon equipped, and I'm going to go ahead and pick up another weapon, and I'm going to shoot off about 5 rounds, and then I'm going to switch to the other weapon and shoot off 2 rounds. 3 rounds. Now, if I reload for this weapon with 27 rounds, and while the reload is happening, I swap to the default weapon with the F key, then what's going to happen? Which weapon gets reloaded? Is it the one with 27 or the one with 25? And which one do we want reloaded? Well, I'm just going to hit the reload button and then hit F right away. And it looks like we reloaded for the weapon we swapped to. And I don't think that's right. I think that if we're on a particular weapon and we hit the R key, we should not be able to swap weapons until that reload action is done. So let's go ahead and implement that restriction in this video. So here in shootercharacter.h, we have the eCombat state. And this is exactly the sort of thing that eCombat state is supposed to prevent. Performing actions when we're already occupied doing other actions. So if we have our fire timer in progress or we're reloading, we should probably not be able to swap weapons. So we can check this to make sure it's unoccupied whenever we are trying to pick up a weapon or swap a weapon or anything like that. So let's go back to select button pressed. Now we're checking to see if we have a trace hit item, and then we're starting the item curve. But we really have no business doing anything if we're not in the unoccupied state. So first, let's check to see if combat state is equal to eCombat state unoccupied. And rather than wrap the whole thing in an if statement, I'll just check to see if it's not unoccupied. If it is not unoccupied, then we can simply return. Now in our F key pressed and associated functions, we use exchange inventory items. And in exchange inventory items, let's go to that definition. Then we have this if check here with some early returns. Now we'd also like to prevent anything from happening if the combat state is not unoccupied. So let's add that as well. And this will be another OR statement. And we're going to say combat state is not equal to eCombat state unoccupied. And I'll go ahead and wrap this third condition in parentheses. So now we'll return if the combat state is not unoccupied. So now, if we're firing or we are reloading, we shouldn't be able to change inventory items or pick up new items. Let's go ahead and compile this. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go to full screen here. Okay, I'm going to pick up an item. I'm going to fire off a couple rounds of our equipped weapon. I'm going to switch to the other one and fire off some rounds. Now I'm going to reload and hit the F key right away. And we can't switch. Now I can switch and reload, but I can't switch back. Perfect. Now I'm also going to fire off some rounds and attempt to pick up a weapon while I'm reloading. So I'm going to hit reload and hit the E key, and nothing happens until we're done reloading. Okay, so that is going to conclude this video. We now have made our system a bit more robust. Now let's think about another way this can be improved. Take a look at when we pick up an item and then swap items. I'm switching between the F and the 1 key, and you'll see that our inventory bar shows us which item is being equipped, but our character doesn't change anything. The only thing that will change is the weapon itself, but when the weapons look the same like they do now, visually there's no change. And so we'd like our character to play a reload animation, and so we can see the new weapon that's being equipped. So we're going to do that in the next video. Stay tuned.